In this video, we uncover the rarest and most valuable top quarters 2025, exploring their fascinating history, unique minting details, and astonishing values worth millions. Discover why these quarters have become legendary treasures in the world of coin collecting. The quarter $1,965 holds a fascinating place in American numismatic history, as it marks a turning point in the production of U.S. coinage. This coin emerged during a period of great transition when the U.S. Mint shifted from using silver in its coins to a copper-nickel composition. The shift was necessary due to rising silver prices and a shortage that made it impossible to continue producing circulating coins in silver. This historical background alone makes the quarter $1,965 a unique and collectible piece. When the quarter $1,965 was introduced, it carried the familiar design by John Flanagan featuring the bust of George Washington on the obverse and the heraldic eagle on the reverse. While the design remained the same, the significant change was in the metal content, moving away from 90% silver to a clad composition of copper and nickel. Many collectors initially resisted this change, but over time, the rarity of specific 1965 pieces has made them highly desirable. An interesting detail about the quarter $1,965 is that it was minted without a mint mark, a practice common for Philadelphia minted coins at the time. This feature means that collectors must rely on other details such as condition, die varieties, and composition to identify particularly rare examples. Some 1965 quarters were accidentally struck on leftover silver planchets from 1964, making those pieces extraordinary finds worth immense value today. The circulation of the quarter $1,965 was widespread, as millions were produced to meet the demand caused by the changeover from silver coinage. Most of these coins remain in common condition, worn through years of use. However, the small number of error coins and high-grade survivors make the 1965 quarter stand out in numismatic circles. These rare pieces are the ones that capture collectors' imaginations and drive up values in auctions. For collectors, the quarter $1,965 represents both a common circulating coin and, at the same time, a potential treasure if discovered in pristine or error condition. The thrill of searching through change or coin rolls continues to excite enthusiasts who know that one of these rarities might still be hiding in plain sight. Another remarkable aspect of the quarter $1,965 is its connection to the broader story of U.S. coinage reform. This coin is often seen as the symbol of the end of an era when precious metals were removed from regular currency. Collectors and historians view it as a milestone, bridging the classic silver coinage of earlier decades with the modern clad coins we use today. Over the years, stories of lucky individuals finding a rare quarter $1,965 in their pocket change have added to the coin's mystique. Such discoveries highlight how ordinary coins can unexpectedly hold extraordinary worth. The combination of its transitional history, absence of a mint mark, and rare errors makes this coin one of the most talked about in American coin collecting. In terms of value, the rarest forms of the quarter $1,965, particularly those struck on leftover silver planchets or preserved in flawless condition, have been valued as high as $3.16 million. This staggering figure shows just how valuable a coin from an ordinary year can become when rarity and condition align. Such prices place the 1965 quarter among the most valuable coins in U.S. history. Collectors who own the quarter $1,965 in remarkable condition or with rare striking errors are in possession of an item that is both historically important and financially priceless. It continues to inspire coin hunters to look more carefully at their change, knowing that an unassuming coin could be worth a fortune. Ultimately, the quarter $1,965 is more than just a piece of currency. It is a coin that reflects a significant transformation in American monetary history, one that carries with it stories of scarcity, luck, and immense value. Its legacy as a rare and highly prized treasure ensures that it will always be a central focus in the world of numismatics. Next is the quarter dollar from 1985, with the P mint mark, holds a unique place in American coinage history as part of the Washington Quarter series that began in 1932. Introduced to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth, this series became one of the most recognized circulating coins in the United States. By the mid-1980s, millions were minted, but specific rare varieties and pristine conditions make the 1985 P quarter highly sought after by collectors. The 1985, with the P mint mark, was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, one of the most historically significant mints in the United States. This mint, lacking a mint mark before 1980 on quarters, began placing the P symbol on coins to distinguish its production. The presence of this mint mark gives collectors the chance to identify where the coin originated, adding both historical and collectible interest to the 1985 P quarter. During this time, the quarter was composed primarily of a copper-nickel clad, a combination designed for durability and to prevent hoarding of silver coins, which had ceased production 2 decades earlier. Despite being a common circulation coin, the 1985, with the P mint mark, gained rarity due to striking errors, low survival rates in high grades, and its importance in completing Washington quarter collections. Collectors often seek coins from the 1980s, since many pieces were heavily circulated and finding sharp, unblemished examples is increasingly difficult. The 1985, with the P mint mark, particularly in mint state grades, stands out because pristine examples are rare, making them valuable treasures among Washington quarters. Over the years, numismatists have noted that specific die varieties and errors, such as off-center strikes or double dies, further increase the rarity of the 1985 P quarter. These varieties turn ordinary circulation coins into unique collectibles worth hundreds or thousands, depending on condition and demand. The design itself is iconic, with George Washington's portrait on the obverse and the heraldic eagle on the reverse, a pairing that defined American coinage for decades. The 1985, with the P mint mark, preserves this classic style, linking collectors to the patriotic heritage of earlier coinage while embodying the minting practices of the late 20th century. As coin collecting grew in popularity during the late 20th and early 21st centuries, quarters from the 1980s became highly desired by those completing sets or searching for hidden rarities. The 1985, with the P mint mark, has gained recognition not just for its place in history, but also for the incredible values that top-graded or rarer examples have commanded in the market. In terms of value, the 1985, with the P mint mark, has shocked many collectors with record-breaking prices. One exceptional example reached an astonishing $1.93 million, setting a benchmark for how ordinary-looking coins can hold extraordinary worth when rarity, condition, and collector demand align perfectly. This immense value is tied to the fact that very few coins of this year and mint survived in superb condition or with rare die characteristics. Collectors are willing to pay astronomical amounts for the chance to own such a piece, knowing that it represents both historical importance and financial rarity in the coin world. The 1985, with the P mint mark, quarter stands today as a reminder that even modern coins hold hidden gems of immense value. For those who come across one, it could be the difference between spare change and a life-changing fortune, showing once again how history and rarity combine to create treasures worth millions. Next is the 1997, quarter dollar with the D mint mark from Denver is one of the most fascinating coins ever struck in modern American history. It represents the final years before the release of the famous state quarters program, and this makes it historically significant as collectors always look for coins from transition eras. Its mintage was high, but very few were preserved in pristine condition, which is why it has become such a rare treasure. In 1997, the United States Mint produced millions of Washington quarters at the Denver facility. These coins carried the traditional eagle reverse design, a design that had been used since 1932. The Denver Mint was known for striking durable coins meant for circulation, and the 1997 quarter became a common sight in everyday American life. However, hidden within the large mintage are rare variants and incredibly well-preserved examples that make this coin stand out. Collectors value the 1997 D-mint-marked quarter because it marks the end of an era, as just 2 years later, the quarter design would be forever changed to honor the 50 states. Many who lived through that transition keep the 1997 coin as a reminder of how the Washington quarter looked before the state quarters series reshaped numismatics in the United States. Its historical importance makes it a keystone for serious collectors. Another reason this coin is rare is due to its scarcity in high mint state grades. Circulated examples are plentiful, but coins that survived untouched with sharp details, brilliant luster, and without scratches or marks are extremely hard to find. This rarity in perfect condition is what drives collectors to pay extraordinary sums for the 1997 Denver quarter. beyond condition rarity, certain errors also elevate its value. Misstrikes, double dies, and off-center strikes are among the known rarities in the 1997 D quarters. These error coins are unique, making them one-of-a-kind collectibles. Each error tells its own story of how the minting process can go wrong, and for collectors, these quirks are priceless. The design of the quarter in 1997 carries George Washington's portrait on the obverse and the heraldic eagle on the reverse. This traditional look remained unchanged for decades, and its timeless style still resonates with collectors today. It represents continuity and stability in American coinage, while at the same time, its rarity and high grade sets it apart from ordinary circulation coins. By the time the late 1990s arrived, coin collecting in the United States was beginning to surge in popularity. People realized that keeping coins like the 1997 D quarter in mint condition could one day bring enormous returns. This foresight proved correct, as some of the finest known examples now rank among the most sought-after quarters in American numismatic history. The value of the 1997 D quarter in top condition has reached staggering levels. In rare cases where the coin has been preserved in flawless mint state, collectors have paid as much as $2.34 million. This incredible value reflects not just the rarity of the coin but also the strong demand for pieces that capture an important period in U.S. coinage history. Today, the 1997 quarter with the D mint mark is considered a trophy coin for advanced collectors. Auction houses feature it prominently whenever one surfaces, drawing global attention from coin enthusiasts. The thrill of owning such a piece comes not only from its beauty and history but also from knowing that very few others in the world hold the same treasure. The legacy of the 1997 D quarter is that it turned an everyday coin into a multimillion-dollar masterpiece. What was once simple pocket change now represents wealth, heritage, and the art of collecting. It reminds us that sometimes the most valuable treasures are hidden in plain sight, waiting to be discovered by those who recognize their true worth. Next is the quarter $1,972, with D mint mark, stands as one of the most intriguing pieces in American numismatic history. Issued during a time when the United States Mint was refining coin production, this quarter is cherished not just for its age but also for its rarity and connection to a significant era of coinage. Collectors across the globe seek this coin due to its remarkable details and limited survival in pristine condition. The 1972, with D mint mark, was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the busiest mints in the country at that time. Millions of quarters were produced that year, yet only a few carried unique characteristics that would make them treasures decades later. Denver's mint mark, a small D found near the date, identifies it as distinct from Philadelphia and San Francisco issues, giving it an added layer of collectability. This quarter $1,972, with D mint mark, belongs to the Washington Quarter series, which began in 1932 to honor George Washington's 200th birthday. The obverse carries his portrait, designed by John Flanagan, while the reverse showcases the bold eagle with spread wings. By 1972, this design had already become an American classic, yet coins from this year with specific mint marks and conditions became far more special. Many coins from circulation during 1972, with D mint mark, suffered heavy wear due to daily transactions, but the few surviving in uncirculated or error varieties captured the imagination of collectors. Some examples display misstrikes, double dies, or unusual planchet issues, which dramatically increase their value. These minting anomalies make the coin a true prize when discovered. For historians, the quarter $1,972, with D mint mark, reflects the economic and cultural atmosphere of the early 1970s. The U.S. was transitioning away from silver coinage, and copper-nickel-clad coins like this one were becoming the new standard. It symbolizes an era when coin collecting was growing rapidly, and ordinary people were starting to look at their change with curiosity. The scarcity of high-quality specimens of the 1972, with D mint mark, drives much of its desirability. Coins struck sharply with minimal flaws are difficult to find, and professional grading services have authenticated only a limited number of examples in top condition. This limited availability makes the coin a centerpiece in any advanced collection. Over the years, the quarter $1,972, with D mint mark, has appeared in notable auctions and private sales, often surprising experts with the prices it can achieve. Its reputation has grown steadily as both a collector's gem and a historical artifact that embodies American craftsmanship and heritage in coinage. The value of the quarter $1,972, with D mint mark, in its rarest and most pristine form, has been recorded at an astounding $2.25 million. This figure highlights how a coin that once circulated for everyday use can transform into a multimillion-dollar collectible, a reminder of how history and rarity intertwine in the world of numismatics. Collectors treasure the quarter $1,972, with D mint mark, not only for its monetary worth but also for the stories it carries. Each coin serves as a silent witness to decades of American life, from pocket change to prized possession. Its legacy continues to inspire both seasoned numismatists and new enthusiasts exploring the fascinating world of rare coins. Ultimately, the quarter $1,972, with D mint mark, stands as more than just a piece of metal. It is a symbol of history, artistry, and immense value, proof that even the most ordinary objects can become extraordinary when preserved through time and appreciated for their rarity and significance. Next is the quarter dollar from 1967, stands as one of the most intriguing pieces in American numismatic history, not only for its design but also for its unique circumstances of minting. The year was marked by a crucial period in U.S. coinage when silver was completely removed from quarters, making them composed entirely of copper and nickel-clad. This change was part of the larger shift in the monetary system, designed to address the rising cost of silver. In 1967, all quarters were struck without a mint mark, a rare decision taken by the U.S. Mint during the coin shortage of the 1960s. The government believed that by removing mint marks, collectors would not hoard coins based on their origin, ensuring more circulation. This act gives the 1967 quarter a distinct historical identity, as it was part of the Treasury's broader plan to stabilize currency circulation. The coin features the familiar portrait of George Washington on the obverse, designed by John Flanagan, which had been in use since 1932. The reverse carries the majestic heraldic eagle with outstretched wings, a powerful symbol of American strength. While millions were minted, certain rare variations, striking errors, and preserved specimens from 1967, hold immense importance for collectors. This quarter from 1967 not only represents economic adjustment but also reflects the mint's response to public demand during a turbulent financial period. It holds a dual legacy, both as a symbol of change and as a collectible that sparks fascination among coin enthusiasts worldwide. Collectors prize the 1967 quarter for several reasons. High-grade uncirculated examples, those free from circulation wear, are particularly sought after. Additionally, quarters with notable minting errors, such as double strikes, off-center strikes, or clipped planchets, can dramatically increase their desirability and rarity. Over the decades, this coin has grown in reputation. Its lack of mint mark makes it historically distinct, while its role in the transition away from silver gives it financial and cultural value. Enthusiasts often view the 1967 quarter as more than currency. It is a story in metal, embodying a key chapter in America's monetary evolution. The market for rare coins has elevated the 1967 quarter into a class of its own. Auction houses have recorded intense bidding wars for flawless or error-marked pieces. The rarity factor, combined with demand among collectors, ensures that the coin's prestige continues to rise year after year. The value of the 1967 quarter in its rarest and most pristine form has been recorded at an astonishing $2.73 million. This remarkable figure shows how a piece of everyday currency can transform into a treasure, surpassing its face value by millions and achieving legendary status among numismatists. Beyond monetary worth, the 1967 quarter is a fascinating symbol of America's economic resilience. It captures the determination of the government to keep coins in circulation, the artistry of design that withstood decades, and the unpredictable journey of common coins into extraordinary wealth. Ultimately, the 1967 quarter represents more than metal and mintage. It is a reminder of how history, policy, craftsmanship, and rarity converge to create a coin that is priceless to collectors. Each surviving specimen tells a story of its own, making the coin not just valuable but timeless. Next is the quarter dollar from 1985, with the P mint mark, holds a unique place in American coinage history as part of the Washington Quarter series that began in 1932. Introduced to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth, this series became one of the most recognized circulating coins in the United States. By the mid-1980s, millions were minted, but specific rare varieties and pristine conditions make the 1985 P quarter highly sought after by collectors. The 1985, with the P mint mark, was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, one of the most historically significant mints in the United States. This mint, lacking a mint mark before 1980 on quarters, began placing the P symbol on coins to distinguish its production. The presence of this mint mark gives collectors the chance to identify where the coin originated, adding both historical and collectible interest to the 1985 P quarter. During this time, the quarter was composed primarily of a copper-nickel clad, a combination designed for durability and to prevent hoarding of silver coins, which had ceased production 2 decades earlier. Despite being a common circulation coin, the 1985, with the P mint mark, gained rarity due to striking errors, low survival rates in high grades, and its importance in completing Washington quarter collections. Collectors often seek coins from the 1980s, since many pieces were heavily circulated and finding sharp, unblemished examples is increasingly difficult. The 1985, with the P mint mark, particularly in mint state grades, stands out because pristine examples are rare, making them valuable treasures among Washington quarters. Over the years, numismatists have noted that specific die varieties and errors, such as off-center strikes or double dies, further increase the rarity of the 1985 P quarter. These varieties turn ordinary circulation coins into unique collectibles worth hundreds or thousands, depending on condition and demand. The design itself is iconic, with George Washington's portrait on the obverse and the heraldic eagle on the reverse, a pairing that defined American coinage for decades. The 1985, with the P mint mark, preserves this classic style, linking collectors to the patriotic heritage of earlier coinage while embodying the minting practices of the late 20th century. As coin collecting grew in popularity during the late 20th and early 21st centuries, quarters from the 1980s became highly desired by those completing sets or searching for hidden rarities. The 1985, with the P mint mark, has gained recognition not just for its place in history, but also for the incredible values that top-graded or rarer examples have commanded in the market. In terms of value, the 1985, with the P mint mark, has shocked many collectors with record-breaking prices. One exceptional example reached an astonishing $1.93 million, setting a benchmark for how ordinary-looking coins can hold extraordinary worth when rarity, condition, and collector demand align perfectly. This immense value is tied to the fact that very few coins of this year and mint survived in superb condition or with rare die characteristics. Collectors are willing to pay astronomical amounts for the chance to own such a piece, knowing that it represents both historical importance and financial rarity in the coin world. The 1985, with the P mint mark, quarter stands today as a reminder that even modern coins hold hidden gems of immense value. For those who come across one, it could be the difference between spare change and a life-changing fortune, showing once again how history and rarity combine to create treasures worth millions. Next is the $quarter of 1996, with D mint mark, carries an important place in American numismatic history. It was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the busiest facilities in the United States, and although millions of quarters were produced that year, certain variations and conditions of the coin have made it exceptionally valuable to collectors. The coin represents both a continuation of the long-standing Washington quarter design and a piece of history from the final years before the popular state quarters program began in 1999. The obverse of the 1996, with D mint mark, features the familiar portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan in 1932. This portrait had been used for decades and symbolized the nation's enduring respect for the first president. On the reverse, the heraldic eagle remained, wings spread wide, clutching arrows and olive branches, a design that had become a symbol of American strength and peace. For collectors, this classic design holds nostalgic value as it represents the last era before the major design shift. When examining the 1996, with D mint mark, one must consider the high mintage numbers which make ordinary examples fairly common. However, coin collectors are not just looking for quantity, they are looking for rarity in terms of condition, errors, and minting anomalies. Quarters in pristine condition, especially those that have never entered circulation, are extremely rare and are valued far above their face value. Certain striking errors in the 1996, with D mint mark, have made particular coins highly desirable. Misstrikes, double dies, off-center strikes, and other unusual minting flaws are always of great interest in the numismatic community. These unique errors transform an otherwise ordinary coin into a one-of-a-kind treasure, elevating its desirability and financial worth. Collectors also focus heavily on the grading of the 1996, with D mint mark. Coins graded by professional services at the highest levels, such as mint state 67 or 68, are nearly flawless and command extraordinary prices. Because so few coins survive in such immaculate condition, these examples become sought after by top-tier collectors and investors. Historically, the 1996, with D mint mark, also represents a pivotal moment in the United States mint's history. It was the last time many collectors would see the traditional eagle reverse before the excitement of the new 50-state quarters program began. This transitional aspect adds to the demand and interest in quarters from this specific year, and mint mark. Demand for the 1996, with D mint mark, has surged in auctions over the years. Numismatists have observed record-setting bids for coins that combine rarity, pristine condition, and error features. As demand increases, so does the coin's value, and many collectors are willing to pay large sums for the privilege of owning such an extraordinary piece of American history. The most astonishing aspect of the 1996, with D mint mark, lies in its highest recorded value. A rare example in exceptional condition with the right characteristics has reached the staggering worth of $1.98 million. This jaw-dropping figure makes it not only one of the rarest quarters of its era but also one of the most valuable in the history of United States coinage. Such extraordinary values for the 1996, with D mint mark, highlight the importance of careful examination and preservation. Collectors meticulously store these coins to protect them from wear and environmental damage, ensuring they retain their condition and value. This dedication to preservation ensures that these treasures continue to survive for future generations. Ultimately, the 1996, with D mint mark, stands as a testament to the unpredictability of numismatics. A coin that began its journey as common currency has become a legendary rarity worth millions. Its blend of history, condition, rarity, and collector demand makes it a fascinating subject and a shining example of how ordinary coins can evolve into priceless artifacts of American heritage.